As the carnage in Israel continues, many on the left are refusing to condemn the atrocities and Hamas as an organization. Instead, they're standing with the terrorists in many cases. MSNBC talked to the mom of an Israeli kidnap victim, and instead of sympathizing with the mom, they tried to turn her against the Israeli government. She was not having it.
What are your feelings about the attacks against Gaza right now? How can the government...
Look, you're looking for a symmetrical situation, and I must say it isn't. And I must say the only worry I have now from the bombings in Gaza is the fact that my children are there. And I can't be sympathetic anymore. I can't be sympathetic to animal human beings, well, they're not really human beings, who came into my house, broke everything, stole everything, took my children from their bedrooms, and took them to the Gaza Strip.
Tone deaf. Democrats have to answer for the rise of anti-Semitism on the left. They're behind it because we're not the only ones seeing this.
These last few days have been a real eye-opening period for a lot of people, a lot of Democrats, a lot of progressives, in terms of anti-Semitism on the left. A lot of people who seem more shocked at dehumanizing language used by world leaders to describe Hamas than what Hamas actually perpetrated on Saturday.
Yeah, really? He's just picking that up now. Instead of confronting the growing anti-Semitism within their own party, Democrats are pretending it does not exist.
Do you think Democrats are unified in their support for Israel?
Yeah, we're absolutely unified behind Israel's right to exist.
What do you make of the comments from your colleagues that sort of indicate otherwise?
Well, I haven't seen any of those. All that I've heard is a very powerful consensus that we need to stand by Israel as it defends itself.
Unbelievable. Really? Jamie Raskin should pay attention to what the squad is saying. Then he'd see it. AOC finally condemned comments made by pro-Israeli protesters, but still has nothing to say about the pro-Hamas rally supported by her fellow socialists in New York City. And Rashida Tlaib is proudly flying the Palestinian flag outside of her office while making vile comments about what she thinks Israel is, while ignoring atrocities committed by that terror group. Fox News tried to confront her on it yesterday, but she ignored the question.
Terrorists have cut off babies' heads and burned children alive. Do you support Israel's rights to defend themselves against this brutality?
We're just going to go through here.
You have no comment about children's heads being chopped off? Congressman, why do you have a Palestinian flag outside your office?
Today, she finally responded, saying this, quote, "I do not support the targeting and killing of civilians, whether in Israel or Palestine. Not good enough." But she will not denounce Hamas. Why is that? As rockets continue to fly across Israel's sky, it's about time the Democrats stand up to the terrorists, don't you think? Also an editor of Newsweek, Batya Ungar-Sargon, joins us right now. Batya, your reaction to some on the left unable to see evil when it stares them in the face.
So first of all, Brian, I have to thank you as a Jewish person for your coverage this whole week. It has been incredible. And every day you go on television and say, Jewish blood is not cheap. And I just cannot thank you enough for that. I know a lot of people feel the same way as I do. I want to make sure your viewers understand exactly what Representative Ocasio-Cortez did. So from her personal Twitter account, she had nothing to say about Hamas's butchery of babies and children and rape and mass murder until she found an Israeli protester who said some vile things at a protest in New York City. She then retweeted that video, not once but twice, and found it in her heart to both sides the situation. So she could not condemn Hamas's butchery until she could compare it to some vile words spoken by a person at a protester. This is a woman who's a congresswoman of the state that has the most Jews in it in the entire world outside of Israel, okay? But I have to say, Brian, I'm actually a little bit glad that this is happening. I'm glad that Rashida Tlaib can't bring it in her heart to denounce Hamas.
Why?
I am glad that these Harvard students have been exposed for the bigots they are. Why am I glad about this? These are the death throes of the woke movement. A lot of good-hearted leftists and Democrats got bamboozled by this movement into thinking that this is how you stand up for justice. And it is now so clear the corruption, the moral rot at the heart of the progressive movement. It is becoming clearer by the day, and people are really seeing it.
I hope, because Bernie Sanders just tweeted out that Israel's committing war crimes in Gaza by shutting off the water and the power. Targeting of civilians is a war crime, no matter who does it. Israel's blanket denial of food, water, necessities of Gaza, serious violation of international law. Really? As a Jewish American, not a comment that I could find, unless it's on some Threads website that Mark Zuckerberg dreamed up, that condemns the killing and butchery we witnessed, but he wants to condemn the retaliation. Unbelievable. Batya, thank you. Coming up straight ahead, Israel's Most Wanted. The hunt for Hamas's murderous mastermind is on. We'll tell you about him.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.